Hello everyone, welcome to Art Class with Mrs. LaCourse. Today we are going to be doing a guided drawing for a night owl. So what you are going to need is a pencil, a paper, and something to color with. You ready? Here we go. Alright, so this is what we're going to be doing. And you can design this however you want to once we get there. Color it however you want to, add whatever you want to the background. We are just going to start with pretty much a large oval. So we're going to start up here, come down, around, and up. What letter does that look like? A giant U. Then we're going to do a straight line down, just a short one like that. And we're going to connect those two lines with a rounded top. Like that. All right. So remember, you're doing this in pencil first. So the eyes are the trickiest part because you want them, they don't have to look even. You'll have a very silly looking owl. So if that's kind of what you want to, is one of those kooky owls, you can make a kooky owl with different size eyes. But if you want them to be a little more symmetrical, try to start them in the same spot. So I'm going to start just below. So if I were to do a line across and then come down, that's about where I'd start here. So a line across, come down, and it's an invisible line. Don't actually draw it. So that's where I'd start that one. Then if you want them to end in the same spot, you can use your pencil, gauge where you want it to stop. Put a dot there, but keep your thumb where that line is. So see how my thumb is up here where this line is? I'm going to bring it over without moving my thumb on the pencil. Line up my thumb without the pencil having moved where it started on that line. Bring it down and then draw my dot where that piece of the pencil ended. So again, I'm lining it up like this. Dragging it over without moving my thumb on that pencil to where I started my other line. And that's about where the bottom of that eyeball would be. So you can also do the same thing with going across. You can say, oh, I want mine to be this wide. So then I take my something to mark it. Again, without moving my thumb. Like that. So you know that you want these lines to get from here to here, like that. Okay, so let me show you what that would look like. I'm going to start at the bottom because it's easier for me since I'm not on this side, the other side of the paper. So I'm going to come out. I see where my dot is. I'm going to come up and meet that dot. I'm going to do the same thing here. So see how I incorporated all of that? I'm going to start over here, come down to this dot, curl back around to there. Like that. And they look about the same. They're not perfect. Neither am I, so that's fine. All right, so then we're going to do towards the bottom, next to the line over here, we're going to do an eyeball. And over here, the same thing. The colored part of the eye, I should say, because this whole thing is an eyeball. Then in the middle, so you see where the colored part of the eye would start. I'm going to drag my pencil over, and that's where the top part of my nose is going to be, and it's just going to be a rounded triangle. So I'm going to round out that edge, come to a point, round out that edge, come to a point. If you want yours longer or wider or smaller, you decide, you draw it how you want to. Then about a little under halfway, so if this is about halfway from the eyeball, we're going to drop it a little further, and that's where my wing is going to start. Same thing here. Here's about halfway. Come down a little further. Draw my line. Not straight out, but kind of drooped down a little bit. And then I'm going to curl it, drop it, and bring it back to the body. I'm going to curl it, drop it, and bring it back to the body. And my feet, just 3 rounded, kind of like a cloud. Hop, 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 and connect it back. And then my owl's on a branch, so I'm going to make sure that my branch starting at the side of my paper comes to the top part of my foot. And then I'm going to continue it on the other side. I'm going to draw my branch line out because I'm going to split it here with a triangle. And then the bottom part of my branch is going to come below the feet so that there's space. Otherwise, your branch is not going to hold that owl up if it were in real life. All right, so here's where you can add a little bit of your own flair. So in this one, you can see I did these wavy lines like this. You can do that, or if you want to, you can do something like flowers or hearts. You can do flowers with this design. You can give it a flower headband. I mean, I don't know why I'm going with flowers because, you know, there's guys in this class too. Boys, whatever. So again, instead of doing just that, doing that, you can do just this, just the waves across. And then you can add in your other details like a moon. So a moon is just the letter C with another letter C in it, but it's a taller letter C because it has to meet the points of where the edges of your letter C ended or started, depending on what you want to, however you want to say it. And then maybe you've got planets in the sky. You can have fireflies in the sky. It can just be regular stars. You can add leaves. If you don't know how to draw these stars like this and you want to do a star, you can just do a circle. You can do a mixture. Really, Pumbaa from The Lion King got it right. They're just balls of gas. They don't actually have points to them. So again, if you want to do a mixture of both, or if you want to draw it differently, you can draw a cross down at an angle, across that first line, and you can do something more like that if that's the way you want to do it. So I'll do that again. So I go across, down, up, down, and meet at the start. Across, down, up, down, meet at the start. And if you'd like to do it the way that I just did it here, you can erase those lines so it'll end up looking like these stars. All right. So there's your drawing for this week. I'm going to challenge you to color your best, to do color mixing. You can do color mixing with crayon, with any material really. So if you look closely on this one, you can see my yellow eyes. All I did was I did darker around the outside like that. And then I just got a little lighter and a little lighter as I came to the middle. So it really looks like those eyes are glowing. With the stars, I did a darker yellow, or it might even be a yellow orange. I think it's yellow orange. I did a yellow orange around the outside part on the edges, and then I did regular yellow in the middle, but I blended them all together. And then with this, the feathers here, I did purple, and then this red violet on top, and I mixed those together. And then with my black, obviously I didn't press down super hard. That's very, very tiring, and it's a lot of crayon to use. So if you want to do, and it's also, it should be brightish. So if you want to just keep it nice and light, that's fine. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed your lesson today. Be well, take care. See you later.